everybody, and I was walking in my backyard. I wanted to check the swarm trap, and I walked over and found this. It looks like the swarm trap had fallen over, but there are a number of bees collected on the outside. So I am going to pick it up and see if I can get it back on the fence that I had it propped up right here. I probably need to come up with a better solution in the future, but let's see what we can do. Okay, so I got it propped back up, and my guess is that a swarm moved in, and the weight of it on the front of the entrance part of the hive, or the nuke I should say, probably caused it to fall out of the little space of brush and hedges that I have right here. So I'm going to watch them and we'll see what happens. I might be moving it over to my apiary and putting them in a bigger box. So here we are. I'm going to wait, give it a little time, maybe overnight, and see if they settle into this nuke box that I've got set up, and then we'll see if we can get them settled over in with the rest of the hives. So more later. What I want to do is move this nuke transfer them in. Now I may need to move them in this spot so they can orient to it, which is probably what I end up doing. Back the other hives. We'll leave them here for an hour. Let them get oriented. Hey everybody, so I ended up setting the swarm that I caught into a hive body yesterday. Today is March 24th. Yesterday I moved it into my bee yard, and there was drawn frames of drawn comb that I put in it. But I started thinking, even though there's a nectar flow, they probably need a little bit of help. So I'm going to put a top feeder on that new hive and feed them with some 1-to-1 sugar water and boost them along a little bit. So we're going to go do that. Okay, so what I have here is an 8-frame top feeder, and I can link this in the comments or in the description below. I love this top feeder because in the winter time, in the fall, when you're feeding your bees, all you really need to do is lift this outer cover. You don't disturb the bees at all because you're not removing the inner cover. And you just put this on top, cover it with the outer cover. The bees end up coming up here and in the corners, and there are little guards right here so that the bees don't get into the feed and drown, but yet they're able to come up and grab onto these and slowly drink. I've got 1-to-1 sugar water right here. So we're going to see if we can do this without disturbing too much. this right on top. Anytime you need to come and refill, it's so easy to do. So I'm going to give them, this isn't quite a gallon, but let's see how much they take. You know, the nectar flow is getting pretty strong here in North Georgia, so they may not even need it. They may not take it, but we'll see. So I'm going to put this on. And that's that. We'll check back in a couple of days. Now that I have officially moved that swarm into a hive body into my bee yard, I think I'm going to put the nuke box, the swarm trap, out again. And I just want to show you here what I do when I set that up. So here is the nuke box. It's got a open front, and then it has a some vents on the top and a vent in the back. And what I do is, and I need to get there are bars that actually go inside here that hold up the frames, but I've put in two drawn comb of two frames of drawn comb. You already see a bee in there, a honeybee get interested, and a Q-tip, and I'll show you that. There's a Q-tip somewhere. Yes, I set it right down there with lemongrass oil on either end. And like I said, I need to get the bars in here to hold these frames up. And it's really not necessary, but I'm going to take this now and place it on the fence where I caught the other swarm, and we'll see what happens in a few days. And the way these bees are growing, I expect it to probably happen sooner rather than later. Okay, so what I've got here is the nuke box. I did find the anchors here that hold the frames. I've already got a lot of interest. There are bees out doing a lot of orientation flights, probably scout bees out, and I don't know if you can see this, but over in the area where I'm going to put this, let's see if I can adjust the camera here. There are bees flying around, and I was a little bit afraid to put the swarm trap up again right away because I didn't want that same swarm to come back since it is in my yard. But I've had other beekeepers say, no, go ahead and put the swarm trap up. If they're oriented to their new spot and oriented to their hive, and there is a queen in there, then they will probably stay. So I'm going to put the swarm trap back here, and we'll see if I have any luck with another swarm. There's a lot of bees there though that I don't know if they're scouting out because they had scouted out this other position, this other location. A lot of bees interested. I don't know if those are scout bees that are checking out a new spot, but you know, I think I've said this in previous videos that last April of 2020 there were 5 swarms that left my hive. I saw every one of them leave. I tried to capture some of them that were up on limbs. I wasn't always successful, but I never saw the losses in my hive, so I find that very interesting. So the bees are just busy. They're wanting to leave and grow and spread their wings, so to speak. So we'll see. To be continued. We may catch another swarm soon.